Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Priscilla, and I just wanted to go over a few things that are in regards to the new clean vehicle credit for new and previously owned vehicles. So the memo is called FS 2022 42. You can actually Google that, and this form will come up in case you wanted to take your time and read all through it. But I just want to go over a few things so that we have a general idea of what this is about. Again, this was issued just recently, December 2022. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I did read through it, but I just want to point out a few things for you, okay? So let's see. All right. So what is a new clean vehicle for purposes of the new clean vehicle credit? So the vehicle cannot be acquired for resale purposes. So you can't buy it and then sell it just so that we can get the credit. It must be manufactured by a qualified manufacturer. Must meet the definition of Motor Vehicle Clean Air Act. Okay, and it must be for use on public streets, roads, and highways. And it also must have 4 wheels. The vehicle must have gross vehicle weight rating of less than 14,000 pounds. Must be powered to a significant extent by an electric motor with a battery capacity of 7 kilowatt hours or more, and must be capable of being recharged from an external source of electricity. And most importantly, the vehicle must have final assembly in North America. All right, and let's go over some other information. So if you want to know the list of the vehicles that qualify for the new vehicle credit, you can click on this link here and it'll take you to that list. And it's updated to reflect changes in vehicle eligibility. And one of the questions is, how will I know if the final assembly of a new clean vehicle is in North America? So you can click on this link and it'll give you some information there. And let's see. And also, just to explain, North America includes the United States, defined for this purpose to mean the 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico, Canada, and Mexico. Okay, so here's a good one. What is the amount of the new clean vehicle credit? So beginning January 1st, 2023, so if you buy your vehicle after this date, eligible vehicles may qualify for a tax credit of up to $7,500. So that credit's going to be determined on, I believe, the battery. Let's see here. The battery capacity, yeah. So it's going to be based on that, and so that'll be determined at tax time, depending on the vehicle that you buy. And sometimes people don't get the full credit on their tax return. And with other tax credit, usually you can carry forward to the following year to apply it as a credit for the following tax return. But this one is going to be a no. So you have to hopefully use it all up on the first year that you claim the credit. And you do have to be the original owner of the vehicle. And let's see what else. There also is going to be some income limitations for the credit. So if you're married, filing joint, you have to be under 300,000. Head of household, you have to be under 225,000. And married filing separate and widowers are going to be under 150,000. So if your income exceeds those, then you'll no longer be eligible for the credit. There's also price limitations for this credit. So if you buy a van, if the MSRP, not the sales tax and not extra stuff, if the MSRP exceeds on a van $80,000, you don't qualify for the credit. If it's an SUV over 80,000, you're not eligible. Pickup trucks over 80,000, not eligible. And anything else, like a private passenger vehicle over 55,000, won't be eligible for the credit. And again, that's the MSRP. And again, it doesn't include the taxes and fees or destination charges. Okay. So I'm just kind of reading through the most common stuff. All right, so the dealer selling you the vehicle is going to report it to the IRS. They usually report it within 15 days, I believe. That's the time limit that they have to send over the report to the IRS. They're going to provide information like the name, your social. They're going to provide the vehicle identification number of the vehicle, the battery capacity, and you also want to ask the dealer to give you a copy of that so that way you can use all this information for your tax return just to make it easier for you. And it says that the seller, the dealership, must provide it no later than the date the vehicle is purchased. So they have to give it to you the day that you're buying the vehicle. And then there's their 15-day requirement after the vehicle is sold that they must report it. And then there's something new due to the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. As of August 16, 2022, there's going to be some new rules for that tax credit. So it says here, the minimum battery capacity is increased to 7 kilowatt hours. Vehicles must be made by a qualified manufacturer. MSRP limitations apply. So that was like the $50,000 limit on a car and so forth. Income limits apply. You must report the VIN number on the tax return, and the dealership must provide reports to you and the IRS on the sale of the vehicle. Also, the phase out will no longer apply like it used to if vehicles are purchased after January 1st, 2023. That limit of the phase out won't apply anymore. It's only sales prior to that. All right, so the next part of the credit is for previously owned vehicles that have the, let's see here. So the credit for this one is going to be up to $4,000 of the purchase of an eligible previously owned clean vehicle with a sales price of $25,000 or less, placed in service during a year by the qualified buyer. Sorry. So to claim the credit, you must meet certain income requirements, and it must be the vehicle's first qualified sale to a qualified buyer since August 16, 2022, other than to the original owner. All right, so what is a previously owned clean vehicle for the purpose of the previously owned clean vehicles credit? So a previously owned clean vehicle is a motor vehicle that meets the following requirements. The model year of the vehicle is at least 2 years earlier than the calendar year in which a taxpayer acquires the vehicle. The purchasing taxpayer is not the original user of the vehicle. The vehicle was acquired for a sales price of $25,000 or less from a dealer, and the purchasing taxpayer is the first qualified borrower to claim the credit since August 16, 2022, other than its original user. And such motor vehicle is a qualified fuel cell motor vehicle with a gross vehicle weight of less than 14,000 pounds, or a vehicle made by a qualified manufacturer that meets the definition of the motor vehicle, has a gross weight rating of less than 14,000 pounds, is powered by an electric motor with a battery capacity of 7 kilowatt hours or more. Okay. All right, and then there's some other questions, and the answers are provided below for certain scenarios. The income limits are going to be listed here. So if you're married, you have to make less than $150,000. Head of household, you have to make less than $112,500, And all other filers, for example, single and married filing separate, have to make less than $75,000. And again, the vehicle's price cannot be more than $25,000. It won't be eligible if it is. And then there's the requirements to claim. That's the information you're going to need to claim the credit. So again, get that letter from the dealer. And that has to do with commercial vehicles, which I don't deal with, so I'm not going to go over that. And that covers everything. So again, if you want to read everything in detail, you're more than welcome to do that. Just Google FS-2022-42. Thanks for watching and have a good day.